Kaiji, a gambler's tale of character development. Obviously, this video is going to tell you the basic premise of Kaiji and my thoughts on the series and why you should read it. But first, I want to give you some backstory on why I wanted to make this video. So, there's this new publisher that came out of the woodworks last year and promised a bunch of dope releases for 2019, one of them being Kaiji. The publisher being Denpa. They are most known right now for publishing Inside Mari, who, if you don't know, is the same creator behind Flowers of Evil and Happiness. Two series that I haven't read yet, but I've heard great things about and would highly recommend you check them out as well. If you want to watch a review on any of these three, Gear Third has you covered. Links in the description, hopefully, if I'm not too lazy, that is. They should be down there. See his review when you're done. Anyway, Denpa set a release for early 2019, and as you can see here, I pre-ordered the book in 2018, October to be specific, and well, it's still not out. Honestly, I haven't looked into why it's been delayed so long because I didn't really care at the time, but after reading the material that's going to be in this massive omnibus, which is 564 pages, and wrapping up in the next omnibus, which is around 560 pages as well, I am beyond excited for its eventual November release date, which is what I would have said if I had recorded this video when I wrote this script, but actually I checked again, and it's going to be released in December, so got prolonged another month. Okay, for this video, I went ahead and only read the first act. Initially, I was only going to read what is covered in the first omnibus, but goddamn, after getting into the act, you just want to see its conclusion. No spoilers here, by the way, and when I say act, that's how this manga splits its arcs. Essentially, the story revolves around a 20-year-old degenerate gambler who never trusts his instincts, and by the time he does, it's too late. That's pretty relatable in my opinion. That's a lot of us. Well, if you're like me, you really don't trust yourself. You think life is too hard for it to be that simple, or you couldn't possibly win, and by the time you do trust yourself, well, the moment's passed, your luck's gone by, and you didn't fucking ride the coattails of luck and destiny, right? The conflict of the story begins when it's found out that his friend, who's also a degenerate, has skipped out on a loan with the local mafia, leaving dumbass Kaiji with a massive debt since he was his co-signer. This is when Kaiji is given an option. He can either work and pay off his debt, which sounds like torture to a man who's never worked a day in his life, or go on this random ass ship in this random ass ocean and participate in a sketchy ass game in which he knows nothing about, and if he wins, it would wipe away all his debt. And when it's revealed what game they're playing on this boat in the middle of fucking nowhere, well, rock, paper, scissors, of course, with an added twist and, you know, the human element of team and deception thrown in. It's a bunch of bullshit and it's fucking awesome. There's your plot. Does it sound interesting? Probably not. Probably didn't sell you on it, but it is really fucking interesting and I highly recommend you check it out. There's a downfall. The art is an acquired taste. If you're a fan of one, this is a little bit better than that, but not much farther. If bad art is a turnoff, then you're missing out on an A-tier character development, because that's what Kaiji does best. Kaiji, I don't know how to pronounce this name. The whole first act is just really getting to know him as a character. It's a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. When you think it's over, bam, he sees the plan unfold in his mind, and just when he's finally has his grip on the situation, a new challenge appears, a new foe appears, forcing him to adapt and think on the fly. By the end of this act, we go from having an insufferable asshole as our protagonist to a resourceful, cunning, and grounded one. The conclusion to Act 1 was perfect, and I can't wait to read more and own it myself if you really ever do get a release. Hopefully. Denpa, please, can you spare us? Give us this fucking release I've been waiting for. Kaiji shows us that all you really need is the courage to grow. I know it really sounds cliche, but it's true. A lot of the time, all you really need to do is do it, you know? Obviously, some things are a lot more difficult than others, but the first step to doing something or becoming something or accomplishing anything is to do it, to start. And that's what Kaiji is about. A lot of the time, we're too scared to take the first step, and that fucks us over in the end. Kaiji's all about taking that first step and never looking back. Hope you guys check it out. It was really fucking good.